Hello, and welcome to today's episode. I'm going to be your host, the Irrelevant Nerd, and today we're going to be reviewing Fantastic Four First Steps, and this is going to be a spoiler-free review. So I just got out of the movie about 20 minutes ago, and I absolutely loved it. This is finally the Fantastic Four movie that I have been waiting for. The chemistry amongst these actors is so strong, and the characterization is so good. I cannot wait to see more of these actors, more of these same characters and same actors going forward in the MCU. I'm very excited to see them in the next Avengers movies, however they end up playing in. I thought that Pedro Pascal did a fantastic job as Reed Richards. He was probably my biggest question mark because as much as I love him, I didn't necessarily know if I saw him as Reed Richards. But Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, oh my God, she was so fantastic. I have heard a lot of reviewers talk about how they think that she really is kind of the heart and soul of the movie, and I do not disagree. She is such a strong presence and strong character, and I'm so happy that it seems like they finally got her right. And as well as I really loved what they did with the Thing in this movie, I was really not expecting how they portray him, and it was wonderful. I thought they did a very good, wholesome job showing who he is. And Johnny, I was nervous about as well, kind of just based off some of the statements they've made about his character, but Joseph Quinn really did a good job here, and his chemistry with the actor who plays the Thing is really next level. I love them quite a bit, and when the four of them are together, they just feel like family, which is so important for the Fantastic Four. So I need to give them their flowers because they did a truly fantastic job of getting that across on the screen. Another thing I really loved about this movie, and it's not a spoiler, is it does take place on another Earth, kind of like based in this retro 60s, futuristic 60s type of vibe, kind of like the Jetsons. And it is very, very refreshing not having to do a bunch of homework and watch a bunch of shows and other movies to understand what is going on here. Like, this movie truly does stand on its own, maybe more than any other MCU project. When I'm thinking about it, of like, this one really could kind of exist on its own without being attached to the MCU, and it would work just as well. You don't need to understand anything else to get it. So that really was kind of a breath of fresh air as well. Finally, we get a great version of Galactus, who his motivations are very comic accurate. Really loved the look. Really my only complaint that I had about this movie as I got to the end is I could have really used maybe 15, 20 more minutes. It's like I really would have liked it to be just a little longer, which is not typically a complaint I have about a lot of movies nowadays. It's usually kind of the other way, but this movie moves incredibly quick. When the credits started, I was a little surprised. I was like, there's no way. And I think that only speaks to how enjoyable the movie actually is that it flies by. Like, it kind of seems like I sat down and then boom, credits are going on, and there are two credit scenes with this movie, a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene. Mid-credit scene is very important to stay for and kind of hints, where things could be going in the future. Second credit scene, the post-credit scene is mostly just for fun, but still worth sticking around for if, you're just a fan of the MCU in general. These things are just fun to kind of stay and see what's going on. But the visuals were fantastic. Like, there are a few CGI moments where you can see it, in particular with a baby. Like, Yeah, with the baby, but I thought they did a really good job of making all of their powers look really good and clean and realistic again, especially Sue Storm's. Like, this is easily the best that her powers have ever looked by a pretty wide margin. It's like they kind of went with a similar aesthetic to Jessica Alba's, but just 100,000 times better. Yeah, really, I cannot speak enough positive things about this movie. Acting, directing, cinematography, CGI, outside of a few spotty things here and there, which most movies do have, are fantastic. And there is a scene in this movie where the Fantastic Four goes to space that is breathtaking. It is absolutely breathtaking. It looks so good, maybe some of the best looking CGI in the entire MCU, and really just blown away by a lot of what you see here, including some of the scenes with the Silver Surfer, the way that she moves and the way that her powers work. I thought they did a really good job and they look really fantastic. And admittedly, I was kind of worried when they went with Shalabal over Norin Rad, just because I do prefer that version of the character because it's just the one that I'm most familiar with. But I thought she was used exceptionally well in this movie, and yeah, for me, this is the best comic book movie of the summer so far. I did enjoy it more than Superman, not like exponentially more, but noticeably more for sure. And so if you haven't seen it, go see it. I am going to be posting a spoiler review shortly because there are some things that I do want to talk about, but I thought this was such a great introduction for the characters. This with the Thunderbolts, which I do know unfortunately financially flopped, but I think the quality was there. And I really do think that the MCU might be back on track because I got to the end of the credits of this movie and immediately wanted to see the next MCU movie. I want to know what's coming next. And that's not a feeling that I have had in a while, and so that was nice to come back, and I appreciate this movie doing that. So if you've seen this movie, let me know what you think. What did you think of the actors? How did they do the characterization? Did you hate it? Try to keep it spoiler free if you do comment. For the few people that see this, I just don't want anything to be spoiled for them because there are some cool things to kind of just experience in this movie. And yeah, really had a good time. Let me know what you guys think. Let's say, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, probably gonna give this one like 8.9, 9 out of 10. Let's go 9. I'm gonna go a 9 out of 10. Like, I really, really did love this movie. Maybe that might go up or down, once I see it again. But initially, that's how I'm feeling. I was very hyped coming out of the theater, and as I'm thinking back on it now, there's just really a lot that I loved. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one.